do is we can transition to talking about power rankings, since we are going to talk about kind of teams that have kind of moved up or down the ladder. Quickly, I'm just going to go over the top list. This is, of course, coming from CBS. I know that maybe ESPN or even NBA.com has a different list. But right now, we have the Celtics at 1, Suns at 2, Bucks at 3, Pelicans at 4, Nuggets at 5, Cavs at 6, Grizz at 7, Clippers at 8, Kings at 9, Pacers at 10, Nets at 11, 76ers at 12, Raptors at 13, Warriors at 14, Jazz sinking lower and lower, number 15, Hawks at 16, Timberwolves at 17, Heat at 18, Mavs at 19, Trailblazers at 20, Wizards at 21, Bulls at 22, your Knicks, Pete, 23, Lakers at 24, Rockets at 25, Thunder at 26, Hornets at 27, Pistons at 28, Magic at 29, and Spurs at 30. I kind of want to start off by talking about, I feel like maybe continuing the conversation that we had earlier, the Phoenix Suns. I mean, number 2, like I talked about before, this team really shouldn't be where they're at right now. Especially not only because of the whole Ayton drama, but because of CP3. I mean, Brad, we talked about it before just a little bit ago in the last segment, and obviously talking about this in a new video here. The fact that like they are 15-7 with Chris Paul being hurt most of the time, like that's gotta matter for something. And that continued to be the number 1 in the West after last season, where it felt like the momentum just completely dropped, and you could have easily said, hey, the Phoenix Suns, they're gonna be like top 8 in the league, or bottom 8. And so I think that that's something that I definitely want to kind of tip my cap off or give props to the Phoenix Suns for continuing that dominance. And it just kind of goes to show you Monty Williams as
such a coach, such a good coach,
as a great coach, and the reason why you stick with him this whole time, and let and trust his brain and trust his decision making out there. So I gotta give credit to the Phoenix Suns. That's like my number 1 thing.
Yeah, they deserve it. I mean, it's because they don't even have Cam Johnson, who stepped into that Jay Crowder role. So they don't have Jay Crowder or the guy who actually took his starting job from him. They don't have Chris Paul. Cam Payne, like I said, Cam Payne's fine. I don't know, man. He's not he's not that guy. He's so frustrating to watch to me. But yeah, credit to Phoenix. My biggest problem, and this is probably still me being a bit of a hater, I still have some residual can't get that Dallas game out of my mind, and just seeing how they've exploded sometimes. I still think they would get absolutely smoked by the Bucks right now, so I don't know how you put them above the Bucks, but it is what it is. They deserve it. It's been an impressive start to the season. They do need to do something, though, if they want to carry this regular season success into the playoffs, I think. Do you guys think like this is actually sustainable for the whole season for them?
I mean, I think it could be sustainable for the regular season, just because like they're a well-oiled machine. Everybody knows their role. They listen to their coach and they execute. But when it comes to the playoffs, they definitely need some more help. You can't be relying on Cam Payne as your third option. Sometimes, he can't be your main point guard. Yeah, so I agree with you there. They definitely need to, make a move, get Jay Crowder out of there, and get somebody that can actually help them in the playoffs, because they won 64 games last year and they're on pace to win, maybe 50 plus again. But
yeah,
they definitely need to make a move. Otherwise, they'll just be frauds again.
That's the unfortunate part with the team.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think they definitely do have to make a move, and I think they will. I think that there's a move out there. I don't know what it is currently. I'm sure there's some teams that are looking to move pieces. Jazz might be one of those contenders now because of how far off from or fall from grace that they've had these last couple of days, or last couple of weeks, I should say. So look for them to be sellers in the later market.
Ooh, that's a good idea, Bernie. The Jazz, because they could get some really good stuff from the Jazz. Because what if they replace CP with Conley? You have kind of like a B-movie version of CP3, right? But Conley was pretty good at the beginning of this season before he had that injury come up. They could take Conley, and they could even try and snag Lauri Markkanen if they wanted to. I don't think they could get him, but That would be a really good trade.
Oh,
for
they're
him.
going to hold him hard. They got
Yeah,
diamond hands on Laurie.
They're not going to move him. But
Yeah.
that would be nice if they could get him. I mean,
He
that'd be a
fits the
good fit.
demographic too well of the Jazz. So.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah, big white.
But do you guys have any other teams that you kind of want to mention? I know that I know I mentioned every single team. But is there a team in this ranking list that you feel like is too high, too low?
Which list are you on, Bernie? Are you on the NBA's power rankings?
I'm on the CBS.com.
Let me look this up real quick just so I can see it on my screen.
Yeah.
Brad, do you have any?
Let me pull this up real quick.
How about you, Bernie? You have a second one while we look real quick?
Yeah, let's talk about them. You know what? We're gonna talk about the Lakers. Just because I feel like they played really well.
I like this.
You know, I think as we kind of reviewed the start of the season, Laker fans were crying. Laker fans were sad. Like this was like a whole situation where, you know, Westbrook was getting nicknamed after nickname. Anthony Davis was getting nickname after nickname. LeBron James was. And this team has been playing so much better the last couple of days now that they've kind of had their big three together healthy and really playing at a tremendous level. I know that they are still going to have some issues. I know that, you know, they're not the perfect team. I think we agree that they're going to be a play-in team. But right now they're cooking with grease. And, you know, with LeBron James passing Magic Johnson for assists is amazing in itself.
Let's go.
I am excited to see where the Lakers can continue this momentum and really shutting up Laker fans and Laker haters, but most are Laker fans because Laker fans are the most unbearable fan group in the NBA, in my opinion. You know, really shutting them up and, you know, saying like, hey, like we still have, if Anthony Davis can play the way that he does consistently, you have one of the best big men in the league. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, in my opinion. Like he's a really good player. I know the injury history comes back to bite him in the butt, but I think the Lakers are playing great. And if they can continue to play like this, I'd have no doubt in my mind that the Lakers can at least, be at least a top 7, top 6 seed and see what they can do from there with Anthony Davis healthy and really taking that. He needs to be the number one guy on that team. That is for sure for me.
I mean, this stretch has showed it. I mean, he's playing the best basketball he's played since the bubble, really, but also that final New Orleans stretch. He's been incredible. But this is what we always say, like the dude, if he just took over the reins like LeBron wanted him to in the first place, this is what we would see. But he's stepping up to the plate in a big way. They definitely still need to make a move. The way that they have Westbrook playing, I'm kind of in a situation where I honestly don't know if they should trade Westbrook if they don't need to. Like if they can convince him to stay off the bench and play the way he has been, why not just keep him? I mean, this is what we always said. Like if they did this, you have a super valuable bench unit that's led by a guy that's a former MVP. Like this is exactly what it is. And LeBron, and I think LeBron even said it about their big three after the Bucks win. It's the best they've ever played together in the 2 years they've been together, or the year and a half now. It's true. They actually have some chemistry building. They understand how to play together a little bit. Wouldn't ruin it now. You waited so long and let these guys try and get this together for so long. Now, what's the point of breaking it up unless you absolutely need that contract to get some big player that can slide into your starting lineup? I get it then. I don't even think you need to do that with how valuable their picks are that they can trade. They can go get some really good stuff, add with those 3 dudes. So I would do that. I'd go get Miles Turner tomorrow if I was them. I don't know why they still haven't done it.
Yeah, I agree. I would. I thought about this the other day watching Russ because he was huge in that Bucks win. He came in and got 5 assists like right away, like chained off each other. It was wild. Like, and people forget he can do that. Yeah, exactly. He led the league in assists for like 3 years in a row or something like that. Mm-hmm. If he is their best avenue though to getting a Miles Turner, I would want to move him, but I do like the idea of him leading the second unit. But at this point, you're right about the picks. Those are super valuable. Maybe they could just package Pat Bev and Kendrick Nunn, who haven't been giving you much, and then Kendrick Nunn has been giving nothing. I see why the Heat let him walk away for 0. It's crazy. It's crazy.
How much did we have to hear about this dude for 2 years for him not to
I,
play any minutes?
I
And now
know,
this is
right?
what it was. Lakers fans, please watch basketball more often. That's all I ask. Like,
I
this
was
isn't
excited
that
about him
different.
too. The first year, like at least seeing what he did on the Heat. He came in that playoff series when they were floundering in the bubble, and he got some
That's when he
buckets.
was a
So
rookie, right?
rookie or second year player,
He was an old rookie, I think.
he was. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that was his rookie season. He did look pretty good in that for what it
he
was, but
he could
that
get
was
some buckets. Yeah,
that big of a stretch. It was like,
yeah,
eh,
yeah.
that's tiny.
It's tough. So yeah, I would move off of him and Pat Bev because Pat Bev is really not giving you much either. He's actually hurting you most times. The hustle is nice here and there, but yeah, he's been awful. It is good to see the team playing defense, though. They have the best half court defense in the league. So, they are able to shut people down, and that's how you win games. And more importantly, that's how you win playoff games. It's all played in the half court. Transition is taken away in the playoffs. So, Genie Bus, Rob Pelinka, you guys have something, just make a move around the margins. Exactly. They fell into it, honestly.
Yeah,
They
no
still
credit
don't
to
even
them.
have a big wing. Like, Troy Brown is our biggest wing player. So, and we're cooking with that. So, if they could make a move, they would be good.
It's nuts. If I was the Lakers, I would be calling Chicago every single day. Get Vucevic and DeRozan.
Did you guys see the reports about that trade?
Is it out there? Is there people talking about it? Because they need to do it.
They said that the Lakers had internal discussions, but I don't. Do you guys think the Bulls would do that?
I think they would. That Vucevic contract is terrible. They're going nowhere fast. I honestly think Chicago is, like, of all the big market teams, I think they are the most likely blow it up team in the NBA right now. I just don't see they're going nowhere fast. Nowhere. Bad coach, unhappy players. It's ugly. And DeRozan, the contract's not terrible, but it's just it goes back to the timeline. Why are you keeping this dude right now if you're so far away from really competing? And Vucevic is just not that guy, but he would be much better suited on the Lakers, that's for sure.
He would be next to AD. It's like a Mirotic AD pairing all over again.
Yeah. And I'd just get Bobby Portis, then you have some real motivation in there. Have some real violent motivation in there. Can I talk about my team? I'm ready to bring up my team. A disappointment, or do we have any more about the Lakers?
My last thing about the Lakers is, am I crazy for bringing up AD and Giannis debates again?
I think you're.
I need to see it. I need to see it for longer. I need to see this stretch continue, because I will say, Brad, I have not seen anybody play Giannis's game as well as Anthony Davis did last night.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm. Yeah.
In the last 3 years of Giannis being the best player in the league, that is one of the single best games against him I've ever seen. There's just no stretch. But that's what Anthony Davis is if he's playing his best game. Like, that is literally why he's been that guy for so long. It's just it's gotta be consistent for a while for me to believe it.
That's fair. Okay. There is hope, though. I'll take it.
There's hope for sure. Now the discussion of trading AD, you got to move on from that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's nothing you can get for Anthony Davis right now that's as valuable as Anthony Davis is to you. So don't do anything with him.